Pro knee pads. These are the AP16s. You can see right there. And these are the ones I use for when I do a demo or patch. You can see how it's got patch on them right here and a little bit of glue and stuff. These particular ones I had on the other day, and I found something pretty cool on these that I'm going to show you real quick. So normally what I do is, to keep these clean, I use brush cleaner. You get this at Lowe's. And it's just any kind of solvent, really. Some people use like mineral spirits, or you could use acetone, goof off, but see how nice that cleans? So I like to keep these knee pads clean because, for one thing, you know, the floor stays clean, and then another thing too is the customer sees that you have clean knee pads on it. Kind of gives you a point or two, you know, as opposed to you having dirty knee pads on. Anytime you walk in a house, you got dirty clothes or dirty knee pads, or you're not properly groomed, or it kind of takes points away from you, you know. You end up having to prove yourself with your work. But you know, people, they should have a good appearance on these jobs, you know. But look how much of a difference it is from that to that. See, that's just with this brush cleaner. And these are not very old knee pads, but they're pretty old. I mean, I've had them a few years, and I've changed out the pads here. And these skins I actually have not changed out yet, but I've done them on other ones. But a lot of guys do is they just let all this right here build up, and it just gets nasty, and then they unscrew it, they throw them away, and then they buy new ones. It's just being lazy, you know. But this will save you a little bit of money. You can see it only took me a few minutes to clean. And then we have some jobs where they're going to get so dirty, and to avoid having to clean them, since these are my demo ones, I have some other ones which I consider my cleaner ones. They're right here. These I'll use. See how clean those are? Those I use for when I'm doing a finished floor. Those probably still need to be cleaned a little bit, but they're not as beat up as these ones. And what I'm going to do here is something I did on the job the other day. I used this poly tape. Maybe you can see that in there. It's the Sure tape. And it's actually a stucco tape. And a lot of guys use this to tape down stuff on floors because it doesn't leave like a residue, and it releases pretty easy, you know. Today's a hot day over here in California, so this tape's kind of soft. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this tape, I'm going to break off little pieces. I'm just going to tape it onto the knee pad. See that? It doesn't have to be pretty, just tape it on. And what this does is it gives it like a protective coating, so that when you're done with a job, like for instance, we have this job coming up where this glue is really sticky, and we're having to tear up the carpet and then skim coat over the glue. But when we're on top of the glue, we're having to change our shoes, and then our knee pads get all full of glue. And what I just cleaned right now was a little bit of glue residue. That's the glue right there. It's like a blue glue. And then, you know, the glue residue, and then the patch. This one wasn't as bad because I kind of came up with this idea before I got these really bad. But as you can see, I'm just getting pieces of tape. I'm going to put them all the way across like so. And I'm just going to do this real quick because I'm going to take it off anyway later on. And just a few more minutes here and I'll have it all done. And what's going to happen as I'm working on the floor, there's two things. When I'm patching the floor, these things will stick to the floor, but the glue doesn't stick to this as much. So my last piece here on the bottom, like that. Nothing fancy, just see. Now what that does is it gives me a skin to work on. So when this gets all dirty, instead of having to clean them, I just pull this off and I put new tape on. That's it.